Okay, just take it. Yep.
I'll take
See
it.
when you get back.
Yeah.
Because we're actually moving.
Rusty, okay, now more
You
of
got
a
that
ti-
new tooth, show
kind
it
of more
off.
of a smile.
He's a son of
Hi, man. My God. Yeah, but I don't know it.
people say that.
How are you, sweetie?
Good, how are you? Yeah.
Look who I drugged. Look who I drugged.
Yeah. Bye.
What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Good, man. Good to see you.
I know that. I feel like I'll get to see all of the people. Stop.
So, Alliance event is and I've called him. He said he didn't know if he wanted me to check out. It was going bad, and I called him. He said, "Oh, there's no music in the band." So you need to check it out. See if
Working under pressure here.
I know.
Under pressure.
Good.
Check there.
I never changed for the back. Yeah.
I don't know if you heard, but I did that.
You guys look so nice in your bed.
Thank you. Have a good night. Thank you. Have a good one.
If you go into the Hilton, there's a sign. She's been here for it's either class or something. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Good.
Milwaukee and Parable. I've been putting the miles on the car.
That's almost too much.
That is. But I get a break next Thursday. I'm heading to Bermuda there for a week of fishing. If the ice goes up.
This is awesome. Look at you guys.
Right?
You clean up well. I think I say that every year, but you do. You do. I want to get your picture.
No, you were in my picture, man.
Oh, was it? Hey, how are you? Good to see you. How are you, buddy? Good to see you. I was just giving these guys a hard time. I know. They're just passing shit out. I know.
Oh, no, we gotta go.
Good, I hope you're not. I'd be disappointed if you said you were. You're there. This is an awesome space. This is so nice here.
Yeah.
This is absolutely incredible. I've been in the bottom part. I've seen the roof of it. But I walked through the restaurant.
Right here? That way. Okay. I'll go that I would go that way first.
We'll remember that.
Welcome to the night of possibilities. I would go that way. The cold so much that way. Hold it over the thing. Oh, God. I go that way first. Go.
There,
To get one of you guys.
344.
what's
Then
that?
I think we got a bottle of wine here. 344.
Let's see if it's white. It's gonna be white. Yeah, okay. Look at that.
I mean, he is so proud.
Yeah, he really.
And it's all your organization. You know who Oh, yeah. Her husband is.
Yeah, I gotta work my way. Okay, I'll just.
It's small. That's right.
Gotta focus. Oh, that looks so good.
Up against the mother singers who so pretty far out. He held her goal. Yeah. Oh yeah. They're nice.
You must be one heck of a cook. Many talents.
You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Guys.
Yeah, well, the neighbors checking our room.
What was the one that you So all their old dishes and everything was still in there, you know? Yeah, and then they just built on the kitchen.
It wasn't the actual kitchen anymore. They didn't use it.
But all the dishes.
Thank you. That hooting and there are possibilities, just like those of us that work at possibilities and the individuals that we support are part of you and part of our larger community. Now, individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities have just as much right to abundance.
Because what we see right now, the building we're in, the amazing view we have with the Mayo Clinic behind us, Assisi Heights over on this side. We have an amazing representation of our community, not only in this room for community leaders. We're blessed by friendship. A lot of people in this room know each other. I've known many of you for 20 years, some of at his ability level, and for the staff, absolutely welcome. But you know what? That's what Possibilities does. I mean, that's Possibilities' mission, is a quality of life.
Is it Cassie? Whoa! Congratulations, Cassie! Winner of the jewelry raffle. I love it! All right. Way to go, Cassie! Lucky number 32. Now look at 350. 350 there, now 400. Who bid 400 now? What do you say? What do you 400 there, now 5. I'm at 400, who bid 500? 4 is bid, what do you 5? What do you 5? 500 and now 6. I'm at 500 right here, now 600 where? Don't miss out. 500 bid now, what do you $600? 500 bid now.
So goodbye, don't you cry.
Oh, sorry. The winner is 32. I think we have a winner. Is it Cassie? Whoa! Congratulations, Cassie! Winner of the jewelry raffle. I love it. All right. Way to go, Cassie. 350. 350 there, now 400. Who bid 400 now? What do you say? What do you 400 there, now 5. I'm at 400, who bid 500? 4 is bid, what do you 5? What do you 5? 500 and now 6. I'm at 500 right here, now 600 where? Don't miss out. 500 bid now, what do you $600? 500 bid now, what do you say? What do you 600? 5 is bid now, what do you $600? 5 is bid, what do you 600? What do you 6? Now 7. 6 is bid now, $700. I'm at 600 now 7. What do you say one more time? 6 is bid, what do you $700? 600 now 7. What do you say? What do you $700? 700. Don't miss out on this one. This thing, beer's included. It's gonna be great. 650's bid. Who bid $700? Now 750. Then 70 now. What is 700? What is 750? 700 now. What is 750? 700 now. What is $750? 750 and 750 and 750. All in all done. Anybody in the room at $750 is we're gonna go. 700, 750 now 800. I like it. 800. 700 800. 700 now $800. 700 8 now $8. I'm at 1100 and now 1200. 1200. 11, 12, 13. I'm at 12 here. What are 1300? And 12. What are 13? On a $2,500 value. 1200 bid now. Look at 1300. 6 to 7 night stay. 2-bedroom condo. 1200 has been now, who bid 13? 1300 now, what do you say? We're at $1,300. We're 1200 here, 13 where? One more time, $1,300. And 12 was bid, we're at 13. Who bid $1,300? And 12 was bid, now we're at 13, 13, 13. Last chance. 13 now 14. I'm at 13 now 1400. And 13, what do you 14? 13, what do you think? One more time. 13 now $1,400. And 13, what do you 14? $1,400. I'm at 14, 14, 14. You got the golfing, the fluid. You can do whatever you want down there. You're gonna be down with the golf. 13 is bid, a little bit $1,400. 14, what do you say? 13 is bid, now 14. 1,400, now 15. 14, now 1,500. And 14 is bid, what do you get 15? What do you say? What do you get 15? Hey, $1,500. Then 14 here, 15 where? What do you get $1,500? Now 16. 15 is straight ahead, now 16. And 15, what do you get 16? Again, it's $2,500 value. 1,500 bid, now $1,600. And 15, what do you 16? And 15, what do you 16? What do you say? What do you $1,600? And 15, now 16. $1,600. Last chance, 1,600. We're at 1,500 right over here. 1,600. Great trip, 1,600. What do you say? Anybody at 1,600? Last chance, $1,600 going once. $1,600 going twice, third and final time. $1,600. Sold it! $1,500. Congratulations. We're going to put that one on 4,000 here. We're going to go 4,500. 4,000 in the back. Now 45. Now 5,000. We're going to go 5,000 here. Now 5,500. 5,000. Now we're going to go 55. I'm at 5,000 right over here. Right over here. Now 5,500. And 5 is bid. We're going to go 5,500. 5,000. Now 5,500. 5,500. 55. Now 6,000. 5,500. 6,000. Now 60. I'm at 6,000 here. We're going to go 6,500. 6 here. We're going to go 6,500. And 65. I'm at 65. I have 65 there. Now 7,000. And 7,000. Now 7,500. And 7,000. Now we're going to 75. And 7,000. Now we're going to 7,500. And 7,000. How about 7,250? 7,000. Now we're going to 7,250. 7,000 bid. How about 72 and a half? We're going to 7,250. 7,000 here. Now 72 and a half. 72 and a half. 72 and a half. We're at 7,000. Now 72 and a half. All in, all done. Last call. 7,000 right over here. 7,250. 7,250. 7,250. Look at that. Look at those pictures. 7,250 going once. 7,250 going twice. Third and final time. Anybody been 7,250? Sold it. $7,000. Been under 184. 184. Congratulations. You had a good time. That's for sure.
And we get paid based on attendance. And if we close, because the vulnerable people that we work with, this is a safety issue, right? And health issue, and we're not going to drag them out in 50 below wind chill unless let's have staff try it.
Would be matched. Anybody at the $2,500 level? 306. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 306. Anybody else tonight at 2,500? Anybody else tonight? 122. That's 122. 152. 152. 301. 301. 341. 341. 280. Thank you. 280. 344. 344. 34. Thank you. 34. 269 for $250. 279 for $250. 170. Thank you. 170. 31. 31, 327, thank you, 324, 153, 161, thank you, 161, 139, 139, 195, thank you, 195, 352 for $100, 352, 285, 285, 287, thank you, 287, 188, 188, 399 for $100, 102, thank you, 102, 109, thank you, 109, 377, 377, 402, thank you, 402. Thank you so much for your generosity and for making a positive difference in the lives of so many. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Thank you. That hooting and hollering you heard came from my table, which is occupied by 3 of my daughters. So you will hear more from them later on, believe me. So thank you very much. Thank you to Mark Paulos, who is with KTTC, and to KTTC, who are helping to sponsor tonight's event. I also have been told that the sun will drop behind one of the buildings in 10 minutes or so. Just letting you know, we're very honored to be one of the first events inside this beautiful new venue, and everything is, some things are still a little buggy, but it's okay because it's gorgeous and the food is great, right? Right, so we don't care. 6 years ago when I came to my first, what was called then Wine and Roses, I didn't know anybody. Except Bill Kleiss, that's the only person I know. Bill also then knows everybody else, so it all worked out. But when I look out tonight, I see a lot of people I know, a lot of friends of Possibilities who have been friends for a very long time, and I also see a lot of new faces and new friends, and I'm really grateful for that. We have a number of people to thank. That's always part of my first job. Please feel free to eat your salads. I don't want to hold up the food. I'm okay with talking while you're eating. Won't bother me. Your programs will tell you who we are particularly grateful to, and I really want to acknowledge Steve Gentry Construction, who is our presenting partner. Good job on Steve Gentry Construction. I've been working with Steve and Bob Priest, who is, I don't know what your title is. What is your title? He's a construction manager. For 5 out of the last 6 years I've been at Possibilities, and they have never failed to be there when we needed them. Sometimes within 30 minutes when I had a door that wasn't secure, or when a water pipe broke and we needed somebody to help fix the results of that. So we're very grateful for their sponsorship. In addition, I would really like to say a special thank you to our community partner, the Otto Bremer Trust, and to a community sponsor, Mayo Clinic. We also have some Provider Club corporate members and supporters, Premier Bank and United Heating and Cooling, and we have, on the front of your program, you can see everybody else that has donated very specific dollars to help make this event come off. So thank you to all of you. I would also remind you that when you're doing business with them, you can just say thank you for their support of Possibilities, right? That's how we thank people. I would also like to acknowledge our current board members. So if you're a current board member of Possibilities, can you please stand up so we can see you? These are volunteers. They are responsible for vision, direction, care, fiduciary responsibility. They're on the inside cover. One of the things that I get to do that is always a joy, and it's never in my script, is to thank the key people that are involved in making an event like this happen. Believe it or not, it doesn't organize itself. So I want to especially thank co-chairs Millie Ellingson, Janet Johnson, and Val Coster, along with a very dedicated lead volunteer, Ronice Donovan. Say thank you, please. I'll also acknowledge Bill Fay, our Marketing and Events Coordinator, and Sue Mackert, who is our Development Director, and along with the Queen of all things logistical, Kenda Freriksen, many other staff who are here and have volunteered throughout the last few months. I'm also grateful, I've already said this, to Joe Powers and to all of his organization and his wonderful events manager, Amy. We never, ever, ever are disappointed in the service or the food or the care that we receive from Powers, and it's just a phenomenal thing. You know, you can look at it and see and taste it. So part of my job tonight, that's why you get to eat while I talk, is to tell you why we're here. And every year I seem to say the same thing, but I can't think of anything better to say. So I'll say it again. How's that? Because you may have forgotten since last year, so it might be all new news. Everything we do as human beings happens in relationship. And to be our best selves, we need to be in community. Everything we do at Possibilities is about being in relationship. It's about being in community. And you, all of you, are part of our community at Possibilities, just like those of us that work at Possibilities and the individuals that we support are part of you and part of our larger community. None of us is self-sufficient. None of us is self-reliant. We just need others in matters of degree. I need more help now than I did 30 years ago, and I'm sure that in another 30 years I'm going to need even more. And that's okay. That's how it works. That's how we get to be whole human beings. So we come here tonight to celebrate, but also to remind ourselves and to remind each other about some deep truths about being human. of living our best lives, and that's what we always want for the individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities that we support. We want them to be able to choose to live their best lives and be in an environment where they're nurtured to do that. One, we're all wired to flourish in community, because if we weren't, we wouldn't be in the same room together. You know, we'd all be living in caves. That's just the truth of it. So that's a deep truth. We'll count that. We all have different gifts to bring to the community, to the universe. They aren't the same. So this weekend, look around and see if you can find 2 flowers that are exactly the same, or 2 trees that are exactly the same, or 2 fish that are exactly the same, and you will not find it. Just as you will never find 2 human beings who are exactly the same. And isn't that the wonder of the diversity of our universe? Isn't that a great and wondrous gift that we have? I think it's remarkable. 3, in giving time or space or part of our fortune, when we do that, we gain more back than we've given away. And community works because there are some of us who have more than we need to have to survive, and we share that with other people. And that's why it works. That's what community is about, because at another point in time, we may have needed help, and we got help. So we pay it backward, forward, sideways, any way we need to. We practice abundance at Possibilities. Why? Because the universe is all about abundance. It is not about deprivation. It is not a zero-sum game. There is enough. And you are part of that community that is going to help my people know what it is to have enough. We practice abundance because it's a deep truth of who we are as people and how the universe functions. And the bottom line is that people with disabilities, individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, have just as much right to abundance and to pleasant surroundings and to care and concern as any other human being. And that's my advocacy statement, because that's a fact. So tonight we celebrate our community, and we celebrate our differences and our diversity, our talents and our gifts and our abilities. I ask you to share who you are with those around you at your table, and to listen and to watch closely when we talk to our participants and find out how amazing they are and what remarkable abilities they have and gifts that they have to share with us. We need your help. It's just that simple. This is a fundraiser. That's what this is. We need your help. We cannot support individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities all by ourselves. And as Cassie, who you're going to hear later, likes to say, I want you to recognize my abilities and see my abilities, not my disability. So enjoy the evening, the great food, enjoy the camaraderie. Just remember how abundantly blessed we all are to have a community to support us, and how you can share that with those who don't have as much. Okay? Enjoy your meal.
Wow, look at this. Look at this. It's amazing. Now there's a little bit of a mechanical issue with the blinds behind me here, so I apologize if it's a little bright, but I'm definitely not as tall as I look right now.
You're not prepared.
I know, right? So, good evening and welcome. And you know what? I'm so excited to see all of you here tonight for fellowship and for celebration, and in support of one of Rochester's most critical and important organizations, Possibilities. And this space is fitting. We could not be in a more amazing space than we are right now, and I want to tell you why. And we're really, really lucky that they had us here tonight. Because what we see right now, the building we're in, the amazing view we have with the Mayo Clinic behind us, Assisi Heights over on this side, We have an amazing representation of our community, not only in this room from community leaders, but to Rochester's history behind us. But what this building really represents is also Rochester's future. Because what it represents right now is that we live in a thriving, vibrant, innovative community. And we're blessed. We're blessed by all kinds of amazing things. We're blessed by friendship. A lot of people in this room know each other. I've known many of you for 20 years. Some of you I've known for 5 years or 10 years. But what's amazing about Rochester is that it's very much a big little city, if you will. And so part of this amazing community that we live in, we're blessed by wealth. And with that, and with the people in this room, we have the ability to influence and make incredible change. Now, I've lived in this community for almost 20 years now. And I know, right? Yeah, it's a long time. Now, I have 3 children. And my daughter, Ireland, she's almost 2 years old. And my son, Charlie, he's almost 6 years old. And my son, Adrian, is 11. And summer is approaching. I'm doing my best not to pace. I'm normally a pacing speaker, so I'm staying right in my spot here. Is that as we plan out the kids' summer, there's all these kind of amazing summer activities, right? You know, my daughter, she's gonna go into ballet and to tippy toes and do some other things. My 6-year-old, he's gonna go to soccer, and he's gonna try some basketball, and he's gonna try some softball and some flag football, and he's gonna go to under the sea and do some Minecraft stuff and things like that. But for my son, Adrian, who's almost 11, he's in a wheelchair. And Adrian is unable to talk. He's unable to walk. And Adrian will need care for the rest of his life. So what about Adrian? What does Adrian do? Doesn't he matter in our inclusive community? You know, have you heard the phrase, sitting at the window staring at the birds? Yeah. So before possibilities, that's exactly what kids like my son would do for their summers. But you know what? He doesn't do that. Adrian, for years, has been a part of the Possibilities Summer Program. And so you know what he does? His entire summer is filled with activities and engagement with people and kids at his ability level and from staff who absolutely love him. But you know what? That's what Possibilities does. I mean, that's Possibilities' mission, is the quality of life for kids like my son. And you know, I recently, if you get a chance, I recently got to spend some time with Steve Lang from Rochester Magazine, and we talked about some funny things, and we talked about some serious things. And so, and what I talked about with Steve in the Rochester Magazine article was really about how when I became a single dad, how I was absolutely terrified about how I would get through it, and who I would lean on, and who I could rely on, and what kind of future my son would have. So I want to talk just for a minute about family and parents of children with special needs. And if you wouldn't mind, anyone here who has a family member or a child with special needs, if you wouldn't mind just kind of raising your hand, just so we know you're here. Yeah, that's amazing. And you know, you folks have been loving and caregiving your entire lives. And I want to tell each and every one of you that we're here for you. And we love you and we care about you, and you matter in this community, and your children matter in this community. And don't be afraid to speak loudly. Don't be afraid to be an advocate. Don't be afraid to argue for them. So I think I can speak for Possibilities and the board of directors when I say that we exist here for you. So I just want to close with that as our community grows and we have exciting opportunities in front of us, remember all the people that raised their hand in this room tonight, and that we need your help. The community needs your help. The people who raised their hand needs your help. And my son needs your help. So please, have a great time tonight. Enjoy each other, have fun, have laughs, and open your hearts, and maybe open your checkbooks too. Thank you for coming.
With Kathleen. Now, she joined in Possibilities in 1998.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Do you know how long ago that was?
Yeah.
You were 45.
45.
Do you know how old you are now? How old are you now?
65.
65, yeah.
Yes.
She's one of the few people quite proud of herself. Yeah. And what I have found through the time with people here is that in Possibilities there's a common denominator. And that common denominator is compassion. And I think I had just said that to Luke, your big, not too long ago, is that there is, in this economy, with the number of people changing jobs continually, and that we see some of these people who have been with us the entire time that Kathleen has been with Possibilities, it says that it takes heart, and it takes soul, and compassion, and joy. It really does, because you need to laugh. That's an important piece, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. And so, excuse me, for 20 years, Kathleen has been with the Possibilities from 45 until 65.
Yeah.
So then you kind of wonder what happened from those other years in between once she was out of school. My folks happened to have been with the state hospital, so they were moved up to Cambridge, and with a hospitalization and circumstances that said, we need somebody to make decisions. Kathleen and I became hitched once more, and I as their guardian. Yeah. And so, as you know, with people, and at the time, Kathleen was living independently in the community. So if you could imagine, we were finding apartments, so whenever something was wrong with the apartment, we needed to pick up and move. She was, at that point, wasn't necessarily employed yet, so it was a matter of trying to find something on my own for employment, or for Kathleen, right?
Right.
And then it was transportation. And Kathleen knew the city bus line better than anyone you could have possibly imagined. She actually spent time with Lutheran Social Services in the cities and was known for getting on this bus. Yes, and going wherever she wanted to go. And it's just like, and everything that you could possibly think of occurred with Kathleen.
Right.
And so you kind of wrapped your arms around her, and she came back to Rochester. A dear friend of mine who was in social work at the time did find a placement for her with Hiawatha. And so she was there in laundry for quite some time, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. And then what happened in laundry?
Oh, the stove didn't work.
The stove didn't work, okay.
Nope, it didn't. We have to take it outside.
And there was lots of incidences with
Yep.
the dryer.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and too hot on the head and things like that. So
Right.
at that point, that kind of filtered as we needed to change. And there we were again, back to square one. Kathleen, because she was always on the city bus lines, met many, many people. And who did you meet when you were out traveling?
Dennis Gerard.
Yes, you met Dennis Gerard, didn't you?
He died of cancer.
He died of cancer, right? But Pastor Zink, our pastor at the time, was kind enough, above and beyond what the family might have been hoping for, but he walked them through the process of getting married.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So you were actually married for about 15 years. During those years, she was also then kind of a homemaker because we hadn't quite found where to fit yet, right? But you were content there for a while. And thankfully, again, due to a social worker that was extremely helpful and saw Kathleen's needs, brought us to possibilities. And so that's where the story begins, about 1998. Yeah. And also, lo and behold, shortly after that, Paul Peterson happened to have gotten in on the staff with possibilities, right?
Right.
And he just told me tonight, yes, Kathleen and I would get in a car and drive around and see where it might look like a good spot to try for a job. So that basically tells you how the two of them work together. And excuse me as I check out my notes here, but they actually tried Domino's Pizza.
Yes.
You were at Hy-Vee for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, how did that work out?
Oh, good.
Good?
Yeah.
That was okay?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a couple other stories that I heard on the sidelines, but yes. Now she's trying to read my notes. RS and our
staff.
Yeah.
Person.
S&G.
Y.
Yep. The videos.
Key.
Remember when you used to take care of the videos?
Yes.
Yeah. And Madonna Towers.
Yes.
She liked Madonna Towers, which Paul gets credit for how many times we went through job changes. He really does. He was listening to her voice and didn't give up. Madonna Towers was a nice fit because as a child, Kathleen went out to State Hospital and volunteered with my mother. Yes. And so she likes to, talk about the time that she was a nurse at State Hospital.
Right.
Yeah.
And Dad was the janitor.
Yeah, Dad was a janitor out there. Yeah. And so in amidst all of this now, Kathleen was married at the time that she became part of Possibilities.
I dropped that.
Did you drop it?
Yeah, like what?
Oh, excuse us for 1 second. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll put this one up here, okay?
Okay.
All right, so there's a story coming here with all of this. All right. Dennis, her husband, happened to have passed away from colon cancer.
Yeah.
And again, we were just talking about another situation, how sudden things can be, especially with this group of people where somebody isn't always looking out for them and getting them the medical attention that you and I might be forced to ask for. So it was kind of sudden, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, Kathleen then needed to go from independent living into a group home situation a little bit, which she was not when you've been on your own that long, so that was kind of tough. But Dennis left her with a love of music, without a doubt, right?
Right.
You had lots of keyboards, yes, drums. Yeah, and guitars. Now you need to know before he went, he pawned those guitars for more money. Yeah, and you went and got those guitars.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah, she knew exactly where those guitars were, and I'm sure we paid double. But yeah. Right? Now, the reason the guitar becomes important and why it's up here is there was also a person by the name of Joel Berg who was part of staff with Possibilities for a while, and in charge of creating activities for people. And he was very much into guitars and Elvis, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yes, and so he invited everybody to bring all their musical instruments and join in on various times. And so whenever Kathleen would get so she'd go someplace, the guitar came along just in case.
Right.
Right? You
Right.
just never know when they're going to ask you to play.
Right.
And so our hats off, Joel was there for, it seemed like a short time, but he made quite an impression on how to include this community into something perfectly normal. And people who had no inhibitions, they were perfectly happy to get up there and perform for all of us. And so Kathleen has hung with it. During this time now with Paul and Joel, and we're now moved to more of an in-center kind of a work. And once again, Kathleen loves to work. She works fast, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, you're very proud of her.
Speed.
Yeah, speed was good. Yeah. They kept trying to slow down Kathleen. Yeah.
Right.
Kathleen worked with a shredder.
Shredder.
Have you shown them your jewelry?
Oh, yeah.
Have you? Oh yeah. She likes her bling. Tends to wear quite a bit of it.
Yes.
All over. Now, the reason we remember the jewelry is the paper shredder.
Yeah.
Didn't think so much of all that jewelry. Yeah. So there were more than a few times that I got to hear about unjamming the paper shredder.
Yes.
Yes. And so, but that was a long time that you did that job.
Yeah.
Yes. One of those other people who was also involved while she was in center was Joel Prawley.
Yes.
And Joel was part of trying to find other activities for Kathleen. And one of the things that he found was art.
Right.
And there was a group of them, yes, that used to go to the art center, right?
Right.
And that was part of their activities that they did. And so Kathleen was able to produce a few things. And I still remember looking at that and saying, all right, who helped her? And he said, nobody. It was all her. And it's just like, honestly, that is a phenomenal thing not to realize when your special people in your life show gifts that you weren't always aware of, that you might have missed because of your day-to-day activities. So, thank you, Joel. Yeah. And to tell you the truth, when I think back, which I certainly had a chance to do with this invitation, Paul deserves a lot of crowns, or a lot of jewels in his crowns when he gets to heaven. And I have said prayers that Paul should get those extra jewels, because it sounds like it was just happened. But these are people who have heart and soul in what they do, and they work with them to adjust things for them. They work with the employers to adjust things for them, to see where things can fit. And Paul was one of those people who will long be endeared to my heart for that reason. And Joel probably is another one of those people where it didn't matter when you talked to them. They were always pleasant, had smiling voices, and everything was perfectly positive. And I, as a sibling, I knew differently, didn't I? Yeah. Yes, I did. There were a lot of ups and downs. And so then you kind of come through this transition where you've been out in the community, and then you go to in-center and you're doing jobs there, and you kind of wonder where you're going to go. What's the next step for Kathleen? Right? And all the while Kathleen had her music with her. She was perfectly happy, especially if Elvis was on.
Yes.
Yes. And she's extremely quiet.
Right.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, the Lord has a phenomenal way of sometimes just coming up with answers for us. Because a couple of years ago, Kathleen came down with very serious bouts of pneumonia. for about 3 months that we couldn't seem to conquer. The clinic finally had said that she has respiratory failure, and our only option was to put her in hospice at that time in the Coral House where she lives with her 3 other roommates. And so that young staff, where Kathleen is 20 years older than everybody else, figured out how to adapt to that situation with oxygen tanks and pulsators and all kinds of things that we had to deal with. And I can say I never asked so many people to pray. Because when you've been attached this long and you've fought this many battles together and you've shared this much joy, like tonight, in asking her, isn't this wonderful? Isn't this fun? And then she just beams from ear to ear.
Right.
Yeah. And even the doctor said miraculously, a collapsed trachea seemed to have healed itself, although it isn't typically heard of. And so Kathleen came back to us, and then we had to figure out what we were going to do next. And lo and behold, there was seniors. And we got to meet Luke Irvig.
Yes.
Now, Kathleen likes to work. I said that before. And so if you know what seniors is about, we had to kind of change those dynamics a little bit. So Kathleen works at seniors, right?
Right.
And how much do you make, Kathleen?
Well, I do keyboards.
Oh, you do keyboards, yes?
Possibly.
Yes. What else do you do at seniors?
Piano.
Oh, the piano. That's right. She's known for liking to go up and down, and they can usually tell the mood based upon the volume of the piano at the time.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. And you take garbage out for them.
Oh, yeah.
How about setting up parties?
Yes.
Yes, and you like to clean up after everybody?
Stories.
And do you get paid for any of this, Kathleen?
Poems.
Do you get paid?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes.
Yes.
Washing
yes.
the floor.
Now,
clean
like I
the
said,
sink.
for any of you who know seniors, you probably have a certain
Clean the
frame of
sink.
reference up there. But for Kathleen's sake, usually I hear about this. I did this much work on Monday, and I got paid lots.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're very rich, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, you are, and you're doing great. So Luke is another one of those people who deserves to have some jewels in his crown.
Yeah.
And from those of us who feel as vulnerable at times as the clients themselves do, when you're fighting with community issues, you want them to have that normal life and to have the same opportunities. So those people deserve crowns, because I know their salary isn't looking like what they deserve. You know, I say thank you very much. Please continue to contribute to the opportunities, possibility, so these people have a position in life where they feel worthwhile. Thank you.
You should also know that the seniors program has more parties than any other program in the agency combined. Those people really know how to party, don't they, Luke? Yes, they do. So thank you so much, Kathleen. Thanks for telling us your story. And thank you, Sandy. We are going to hear now from Cassie. It's time to come up. Is that okay? Tashana, you're going to work with her? Excellent, excellent. Cassie is a STARS participant, and you might remember hearing her sing last year. And this year, she decided she wanted to sing a cappella. So, you're in for a treat. Cassie has a remarkable voice. Here I am. And here's the podium.
Your hands are cold.
I know, they're cold. They're always cold. Sorry. So, before we start, you want to tell us, why do you like to sing?
Because I just enjoy singing, and I also enjoy how people react to my singing. And it really helps. And could I please hold the microphone?
Well, the microphone, can I have a handheld, Bill? Would you like a handheld? Would that help?
Yeah.
Bill's bringing it.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
A little
Is it
bit
on?
of technical difficulties.
That's okay. Okay, now we're good.
But anyway, one of the reasons I like to sing is basically because I like how it makes people feel when they hear it.
All right.
And I also like that it's something that I am able to do in a way that I am able to be in the world and stuff like that.
Good.
And I'm getting more gigs as a musician than I would have if I was a DJ. And I love music.
Yeah. So, are you ready to sing something for us right now? Okay, so here's Cassie.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way, so I'll go. But I know I'll think of you every step of the way. And I will always love you. I will always love you. Bittersweet memories of all I will take with me. So goodbye, don't you cry. We both know I'm not what you need, and I will always love you. I will always love you. I will always love you.
Good job. Good job. I'm certainly hoping that Rod Johnson, our auctioneer, is not speechless. So I'm going to get off, and I'm going to let Rod come up. Let's hear it again for Cassie.
All right, thank you. Yeah, how about another round of applause for Cassie? That was unbelievable, Cassie. Thank you for sharing your talents with us here this evening. Well, I tell you what, it's just an honor to be back here again to serve as your auctioneer here at the Night of Possibilities. Before we get to the auction, though, I know about 50 of you got into the jewelry raffle, and we're going to figure out who the winner is right now. Right before I came out on stage, they did draw, and they gave it to me, and it's in my pocket right here, so I'm going to reach in and see who the winning number is, all right? So this is for, again, the jewelry raffle. I want to thank everybody who purchased that, and good luck. Nearly $6,000 worth of elegant jewelry. Thank you, Val and Dawn, for the donation. Wow. And the jewelry raffle winner is... If you have a number in the 30s, you're in luck. Oh, sorry. The winner is 32. I think we have a winner. Is it Cassie? Whoa! Congratulations, Cassie! Winner of the jewelry said, we've got some great auction items this evening. Before we start, I want to introduce our bid assistant tonight, Mr. Tim Banks right here. He's going to be helping take your bids. So a couple of favors to ask you. Don't keep your bids a secret. We don't want to miss anybody. We're going to be moving right along. So get those hands, those numbers in the air when you'd like to bid. And also the second favor I'd like to ask of you is please think tonight about how much you can spend and not how little. Seriously, because the more you spend in tonight's auction, the more successful you will be, but more importantly, the more successful possibilities will be. And with that, let's get ready to auction. We got a great item to start off the auction here this evening. It is the good old Gulf-style shrimp boil. Oh, roll up your sleeves. Enjoy piles of steaming, delicious, fresh Gulf shrimp, all the fixings. We're talking 4 pounds of shrimp boiled Louisiana style with sausage, corn on the cob, red potatoes, onions, plenty of Wisconsin butter. Then you wash it all down with that Louisiana brewed amber beer and freshen up your dance shoes to Cajun music. All right, now this meal, it'll be prepared at your location, so wherever you want to have it at your location. Music CDs, beer, serving, cleanup, all included, all right, on location. Hey, I want to thank you, Allegra Marketing, along with Mike and Patty Schiller, who are here tonight. Thank you so much for this donation. Thank you, Mike and Patty. All right. Bidding is now on for the good old Gulf-style shrimp boil. What do you want? Who'll start us out? Anybody bid $1,000? Hey, anybody bid $1,000? How about $1,000? How about $750? How about $750? Doesn't matter where we start, it's where we end. Who'll start us out at $500? Hey, now we see what bid $500. Who bid $500 now? We get $500, get $500, get $500. I'm bid $500. I'm bid $500. Shrimp boil, $250. Start us out, $250. And now $300, who bid $300, $250 now, we get $300, now $350, we get $350, and $300 now, we get $350, $350 there, now $400, who bid $400 now, what do you see, what do you get $400 there, now $5, I'm at $400, who bid $500, 4 is bid, what do you get $5, what do you get $5, $500 and now $6, I'm at $500 right here, now $600 where, don't miss out, $500 bid now, what do you get $600, $500 bid now, what do you say, what do you get $600, 5 is bid, now what do you get $600, 5 is bid, what do you get $600, what do you get $6, now 7, 6 is bid, now $700, I'm at $600 now, 7, what do you say one more time? 6 is bid, what do you get $700? 600 now 7, what do you say? What do you get $700? 700, don't miss out on this one. This is a great opportunity. We're at 600. How about 650? Got about bid $650. 600 bid now, what do you get $650? All in, all done. We're gonna go, don't miss out. 600 bid now, what do you get $650? 650 now 700. 6 and a half, what do you get 700? 6 and a half, what do you say? What do you get 7 now? What do you get 7? Don't stop now, it's only money, don't make more. 6 and a half now 7. 6 and a half, what do you get $700? $700. Who bid 7 now? They're gonna take care of cleanup and everything. Beer's included. It's gonna be great. 650's bid. Who bid $700? Now $750. It's 17 now. What is $700? What is $750? 700 bid now. What is $750? 700 now. What is $750? 750 and 750 and 750. All in, all done. Anybody in the room? It's $750 because we're gonna go 700, 750 now 800. I like it. 800. 7 and a half would have been 800. 7 and a half now $800. 7 and a half would have been 8 now. Would have been 8 now. Would have been $800. You don't want to wake up tomorrow and go, man, I wish I would have. 750 now 800. All right, what do you say? Would have been $800. 750 now 800. $800. What do you say? Anybody at 800? Or it's 750 over here. $800. Last chance. Anybody bid 800? Anybody bid 800? Last chance. $800. Sold at 750 right here. 750. Bidder number is, we'll get that bidder number over here, 168. Thank you, bidder number 168. All right, there we go. Well, now we're going to go down and we're going to golf on the Gulf, all right? Nestled on 900 pristine acres of Florida's Gulf Coast. Innisbrook Resort and Golf Club. Hey, it's one of America's premier golf destinations. So what does this package include? It includes a 6 to 7 night stay in a 2-bedroom condo, access to the $3 million pool and 10 plus tennis courts. There are 3 golf courses, a spa on the property as well. Trip includes a $500 voucher for travel, and it's available most dates, May 1st through November 30th. The trip must be completed by November of 2019. And thank you, Steve Wolf, for this donation. So golf on the Gulf. What do you say? Anybody got $2,500? $2,500 now. How about $2,000? And start us out to get to $1,500. It'll start us out at 15. How about $1,500? $1,000 $1,000 and let's go. Who bid $1,000? I'm bid $1,000. Take a look at the value of this, ladies and gentlemen. It's valued at $2,500. And who'll start us out at $1,000? 1,000 now. What do you say with $1,000? 1,000 there now, $1,250. And 1,000 bid would get $1,250. 1,000 bid now would get $1,250. $1,250. 1,000 bid now, $1,250. Who bid $1,250? $1,100. Who bid $1,100? 1,000 now would get $1,100. 1,000 is bid now, $1,100. Wow, don't miss out on this one. Again, we have $1,100 now, $12. 1,100 now, 12. $1,200. I'm at 1,100 now, 12. What do I get? 1,200. 11, 12, 13. I'm at 12 here. What do I get? 1,300. And 12. What do I get? 13. On a $2,500 value. 1,200 bid now. What do I get? 1,300. 6 to 7 night stay. 2-bedroom condo. 1,200 is bid now. Who bid 13? 1,300 now. What do you say? What do you get? $1,300. We're 1,200 here. 13 where? One more time. $1,300. And 12 was bid. What do you get? 13. Who bid $1,300? And 12 was bid. Now what do you get? 13, 13, 13. Last chance. 13 now, 14. I'm at 13 now, 1,400. And 13, what do you get? 14. 13, what do you get? What do you think? One more time. 13 now, $1,400. And 13, what do you get? 14. $1,400. I'm at 14, 14, 14. You got the golfing, the pool, and you can do whatever you want down there. You're gonna be down to the golf. 13 is bid, a little bit $1,400. 14, what do you say? 13 is bid, now 14. 1,400, now 15. 14, now 1,500. And 14 is bid, what do you get? 15? What do you say? What do you get? 15? Hey, hey, $1,500. And 14 here, 15 where? What do you get? $1,500. Now 16. 15 straight ahead, now 16. And 15, what do you get? 16. Again, it's $2,500 value. 1,500 bid, now $1,600. And 15, what do you get? 16. And 15, what do you get? 16. What do you say? What do you get? $1,600. And 15, now 16. $1,600. Last chance, 1,600. We're at 1,500 right over here. 1,600. Great trip. 1,600. What do you say? Anybody at 1,600? Last chance. $1,600 going once. $1,600 going twice. Third and final time. $1,600. Sold it. $1,500. Congratulations. We're going to put that one on bidder number 278. Thank you, bidder number 278. Oh, we're talking Twins here. Don't they have like the best record in baseball right now? Yeah. All right. We got some great seats here. You can take in America's pastime. Hometown Minnesota Twins going to take on the Cleveland Indians August 9th. Package includes 4 tickets, Delta Sky 360 Club. So this means you get amenities like climate-controlled viewing area, padded infield seats, comfortable dining, a chance to meet a Twins alumni or two, and then following the game, you can walk, drive, or ride to sleep in comfort at the elegant Crown Plaza, Minneapolis North Star downtown. So you got a room for the night. And again, the tickets and hotel certificate are valid for August 9th when the Twins take on Cleveland. So thank you, Joe Powers, also Larry and Janet Johnson for this wonderful donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, you got the 4 tickets, you got the Delta Sky 360 Club, you got lodging after the game of the Crown Plaza, Minneapolis North Star downtown. Twins, Cleveland, August 9th. Anybody got $1,000? Anybody 1,000? Now what do you say? How about $500? You'll start us out at 500. Hit now $500. $500. 500 now 550. 500 now what do you get? $550. And now 600. 5.5 with 600. 5.5 here with $600. Where 600 there now 650. 600 now what do you get? 650. We're at 600 here now 650. Don't miss out 650. I'm on $650. 600 now 50. What about 650? You just steal it and everything. 650 now 700. 6.5 what do you get? 7. You gonna let them do that to you? 6.5 now 7. $700. No, that's good. 700 now 50. 700 now what do you get? $750. 700 now 50. How what do you say? One more time. $750. 700 now what do you get? 750. 750. Hey, Twins are gonna be great. 750 now 700. 750 now 800. 750 what about 800? 750 would have been 800. 8 would have been 8 now would have been 8. We're at 750 over here. 800 now 800 now 850. 800 but now would go $850. 800 now 50 would have been 850. 850. 850. 800 bid now 850. 4 tickets, great seats. 850 now 900. 8.5 would have been 900. 850 now 99 would have been 900. We're at 850 right over here. $900 right now. What do you say? What do you get? 900? $900. We gotta go. 850 now 9. Want to go one more time? Would have been $900. 850 and now 9. 850 and now 9. Anybody been 900? Sold it your way, Tim. $850. Congratulations, winner number 168, 168. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, we got some great items in the auction. I tell you, we almost do the luck of the Irish getaway. Wow. Perfectly formed cottage package. Besides that beautiful cottage there, also includes 2 economy flights on United Airlines. Your airfare's taken care of. So the date of the trip is going to be mutually agreed upon. You know, when the sponsor and just agreed with the sponsor, you figure it out. And again, it's going to be sometime in 2020. Up to 6 people are welcome in the cottage, but again, we have the 2 airline tickets go with it. If you want to take more people with, they'll just pay their own airfare, but 2 airline tickets included. So thank you, John O'Neill, for this fantastic donation. Wow, this is quite the package here. You have your airfare, you've got your lodging, and it's a 1-week stay. Wow, in Ireland. All right. What do you think? Anybody got $7,000? $7,000. 7,000. How about 6,000? 6. Who'll start us out at $5,000? Who'll get 5? What'll get 5? What'll get 5? What'll get $5,000? You tell me where you want to start. $3,000. Start us up. 3,000. Now 3,500. And 35. What do you get 4,000? 4,000. Now what do you get 4,500? 4,000 here. What do you get 4,500? 4,000 in the back. Now 45. Now 5. What do you get 5,000 here? Now 5,500. 5,000. Now what do you get 55? I'm at 5,000 right over here. Right over here. Now 5,500. And 5 is bid. What do you get 5,500? 5,000. Now 55. What do you get 5,500? 55. Now 6,000. 55. What is 6,000? Now 60. I'm at 6,000 here. What do you get 6,500? 6 here. What do you get 6,500? And 65, I'm at 65. I have 65 there, now 7,000. And 7,000, now 7,500. And 7,000, now what is 75? And 7,000, now what is 7,500? And 7,000, how about 7,250? 7,000, now what is 7,250? 7,000 bid, how about 72 and a half? What is 7,250? 7,000 here, now 72 and a half. 72 and a half, 72 and a half, we're at 7,000. Now 72 and a half, all in, all done. Last call, nice, third and final time. Anybody bid 7,250? Sold at $7,000, bidder number 184. 184. Congratulations. You're going to have a good time. That's for sure. Congratulations. Now we're going to go to Italy. Yeah, we got an exquisite multi-course Italian dinner for 6, all right?
In those 30 days, if it were 30, we had to close 7 times. Can you imagine? We closed 7 times. And we get paid based on attendance. And if we close because the vulnerable people that we work with, this is a safety issue, right? And health issue, and we're not going to drag them out in 50 below wind chill unless let's have staff try and tie down wheelchairs and transportation when it's 50 below. That doesn't work really well. So closing for 7 days and all the other stuff that goes along with that means that at a minimum we lost $135,000 in revenue. And that is a big deal for us because we really don't have any margin. So this special appeal is for something very simple. You know, I come up here every year and I go, I have a lot of sexy things to talk about. Well, here it is. This special appeal is for general operating funds to help make up part of that loss. And here's why. Parker. Parker is one of the reasons we need to do this. Parker is in Youth Rec, and he received the Student of the Month Award, and Parker's mom says that his time with Possibilities has helped make that happen. Student of the Month at school, go Parker. Alex, who's in Youth Rec, and moved into life enrichment as an adult. And you know what's nifty about Alex? We hear that Alex just lights up her room. Or Cassie. And you heard Cassie tonight, and you saw the great giftedness that she has to bring to the universe, right? So we need to be here to support Cassie. Or Eric. Eric has been at Possibilities for a long time, and he is always a hard worker, and he's very, very proud of his work. And he's a person that's been with us long enough that because we're so person-centered, we've accommodated his schedule in terms of what he needs. So now he spends part of his week in employment and part of his week with stars. For Kathleen. And you met Kathleen tonight. And you heard her story, so you know the progression that she's made and the ability we've had to be there to help support her along that way. Aoife. What a wonderful name. Aoife is in program Without Walls, which means she doesn't spend a lot of time in Central at all unless the weather is like 3 feet of snow and 50 below wind chill. She works for us and with us, and she lives independently. She has her own apartment out with a roommate, and she is so excited. She showed me her apartment and gave me a tour, and I'm telling you, it was just terrific. It was just terrific. Her mom says that her daughter sees things and understands things that the rest of us miss. And that's part of Aoife's gift. That and the light that comes into her eyes and the great joy that she just brings to all of us. So, every one of the people that I just showed you and another 215 that we see 5 days a week need your support and the generosity of your heart so that we can continue to support them every day. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Rod for the special appeal. Woo!
Thank you, Eileen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can now kind of understand how important your donations are. And we're at the point this evening where what we're going to do is we're going to ask you to show your support to Possibilities with a donation. And we're not going to take a lot of time. So when you would like to donate, just hold your numbers up. When we ask for the amount that you'd be willing to donate, just keep it up until I read your number off. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by asking for $2,500, followed by $1,500, then $1,000. We'll follow that by $500, $250, $100. Last amount we'll ask for is $50. So again, when I ask for the amount that you'd be willing to donate, just hold your numbers up at that time. Keep it up until I read your number off. And I have some exciting news to share with you. Possibilities board member Tim O'Neill has offered a match for the first donation of $2,500. So he was unable to be here tonight, but he wanted to send a message: give, give, give. So who can take Tim up on his offer and make a donation of $2,500, which would be doubled? Who tonight could help out with a $2,500 donation? Just hold your bid number up at this time. Who tonight could offer $2,500 that would be matched? Anybody at the $2,500 level?
Yes.
306. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 306. Anybody else tonight at $2,500? Anybody else tonight at the $2,500 level? How about $1,500? Who could help us out with a $1,500? 189. Thank you, 189 at $1,500. Anybody else tonight at $1,500? Just hold your bid number up. Anybody else at $1,500? How about $1,000? Who can help us out? 152. Thank you, 152 for $1,000. 305. Thank you, 305. 113. Thank you, 113. 302. This is great. 302. 262. Thank you. $1,000. 262. 378. That's 378. And we have 29 for $1,000. Thank you, 29. Anybody else tonight at the $1,000 level? Anybody else tonight at $1,000? How about 500? Who can help us out? 181 for $500. Thank you so much. 137. That's 137. 187 for $500. 329. Thank you. 349. 116. Thank you. 116. 103. That's 103. 174. 174. 334. Thank you. 334. 332 for $500. 328. Thank you. 328. 314. That's 314. 310. 310 for $500. 26. Thank you. 26. Thank you. 27. 27 and 236. 236 for $500. Wow, this is fantastic. Anybody else tonight at $500? Anybody else tonight at the $500 level? How about 250? You can help us out tonight. 350. Thank you for the number 350. 122. That's 122. 152. 152. 301. 301. 341. 341. 280. Thank you. 280. 344. 344. 34. Thank you. 34. 269 for $250. 279 for $250. 170. Thank you. 170. 31. 31. 327. Thank you. 327. 163. Thank you. 163. All at $250. Anybody else with the $250? 192. Thank you. 192 at $250. Wow. How about $100? Who can help us out with $100? 162. Thank you, 162. 154. That's 154. 153. 161. Thank you, 161. 139. 139. 195. Thank you, 195. 352 for $100. 352. 285. 285. 287. Thank you, 287. 188. 188. 399 for $100. 102. Thank you, 102. 109. Thank you, 109. 377, 377, 402, thank you, 402, 329, that's 329, 330 for $100, 330, 199, 199, 169, thank you, 169, 30, thank you, 30, 32, 32, 171 for $100. Thank you so very, very much. Anybody else with $100 tonight? Anybody else with the $100 level? One level left we're going to ask for tonight, that's the $50 level. Who could help us out tonight with a $50 donation to help out possibilities? Thank you, 358, 358, 155, 155, 295, thank you, 295. We have 253, 253, 252, thank you, 252, 331, 331 and $50, 185, thank you, 185, and 186, 186, and 173 for $50. 366, that's 366 for $50. Anybody else tonight on the $50 level? Anybody else at $50? Would you please give yourselves a round of applause? Wow! Wow! Thank you so much for your generosity and for making a positive difference in the lives of so many. I tell you what, if you'd like to donate an amount I did not mention, or if you'd like to donate anonymously, there are envelopes. You can do so as you check out this evening, and feel free to do that. And again, I want to thank you so much for just letting us be a part of this wonderful, special evening. And again, thank you all for coming tonight and for your generosity. It is very much appreciated. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. God bless.
Okay, you want the handheld mic again? Okay, here you go. And this way is the audience. How's that? Okay? Good. You're good.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't understand the music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: first the fifth, the minor falls, the major lifts, and the barefoot king composing hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You have faith, but still you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew you. Then she knocked down the kitchen chair, she broke some glass, gave you a scare, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.